xAI just dropped their answer to Claude Code. It's called Grok Build. It's in beta, but I gotta say it's looking pretty insane. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna use it to vibe code a fully playable retro arcade game from just one prompt. We'll have no frameworks, no starter code, absolutely nothing, just me in a terminal and Grok Build. So let's go. First of all, it looks pretty cool. There's a fast and flicker-free CLI that we're going to see, and you can bring it into the terminal with just one command here. That's pretty insane, right? One command. This blog went out yesterday on the xAI news blog, and we can see that you can plan, review, and approve, just as you've been able to do with things like Claude Code and Codex. It works with everything you already use, so you can import your agents.md files, your plugins, your hooks, your skills, your MCPs. This is really cool. This is essentially Grok, the power of xAI at the CLI. Subagents, really excited to get stuck into that. And of course, and I think this is really cool, you can also pipe stuff into Grok CLI using the -p, which I note from this recent post on X, starting from next month, they're changing a little bit with the plan. Claude are being quite sketchy about this, but essentially they're giving you API credits to use the Claude -p command. Now, it sounds like a good thing from this post on X, but X has been going nuts with people saying this is actually a really bad thing. So it's time to find something that works in the terminal and takes off all of the reins and lets you be completely free with your coding and agentic experience, and Grok Build could be it. Okay, before I run the one-line command, I'm going to click the upgrade button because of course I need to upgrade, and look at this actually, this is really cool. I've got an offer here that says it's free for 3 days, so I can actually show this to you for free, and afterwards I think I'm going to take up this special offer of just $99 for 6 months. That's insane. That's half my Claude Code plan, so let's go. Okay, there we go. I'm unlocked. Best intelligence, highest usage, dedicated support, and the thing I'm most interested in, Grok Build Beta, is now available to me. So with that done, I'm going to copy this one-line installer, and then I'm going to run it at the command line right here to get the xAI CLI running for me. Okay, it's working on it. That was pretty easy. Okay, let's run Grok to get it started and see what happens. Wow, this is a slick experience. A browser window will open for authentication. If it doesn't click here to copy, but indeed it did over here for me, so all I need to do is allow Grok Build to work in my terminal. Connection is now successful, and we can see that over here. Now, what is really cool is I can point with my mouse in the terminal and it does things. I really like that user interface. Okay, I just quit out the terminal for a second because I'm going to run this command. I'm going to make a directory called Retro Arcade on my desktop and change into it, and then I'll run Grok in there so we can actually start building in here. So you see it was just a one-line install, paste it in, and I'm ready to go. Slickest UI I've seen so far, and it's built in Rust, so it should be fast as well. All right, but here's the test. This is my very first prompt. Build me a retro arcade game, Asteroid style, playable in the browser, no frameworks, pixel art, sprites, chiptunes, stuff like that. So we're gonna see what it can come up with this basic prompt. Now I could just hit enter and send it, but there's a shift tab for mode. So let's shift tab through the modes. We've got Grok plan mode. I think this is exactly what I need. We've got always approve mode. That's gonna be handy when I don't wanna be hitting enter for everything that's happening. So we'll stay in plan, we'll hit enter, and we'll let this roll away and see exactly what comes up. Okay, it's thinking through. The directory is empty. Yes, well spotted. And now it's going ahead and thinking about how it's going to build it in the browser. It's web searching as well to make sure it's building a game based on current trends. All right, it seems to be complete with everything. It's asking me if it can create the session directory for the plan file, and I'll say yes, always allow. I love the fact I can actually point and click in my terminal. This feels so much better than actually paging up and down with the keys on my keyboard. I know it's a small thing, but I actually really like it. Okay, we can see it's been thinking away for quite some time, doing all of this stuff. Now it asks me to approve, revise, or abandon the plan that it's made. So I can take a look at what's happened here, and I think, oh look at this, I can actually scroll up and down in the terminal. This is wild. Never done anything like this before to read the plan. So it's given me a lot of stuff. It's said the recommended approach that it's going to go for, but I think I'm pretty happy. So you'll now see up here, I can approve, revise, or abandon this plan. I'm actually going to go ahead and approve it and see what happens. Now you'll see Grok Build changed out of plan mode, which means it's going to actually start building my game for me. And it's even writing code for me right now. now, as we can see on the screen, this is all being written. I'm going to allow all the edits for this session. And actually, this is where I can shift tab into always approve mode. Now you'll see down here, it says always approve. That means I can sit back, relax, maybe drink some more coffee and come back to Grok Build in a moment. Perfect, the game is complete. I saw a flash in front of my eyes there. It's wrapping up. It's given me everything that it needs to as the feedback. And of course I can scroll up here. I absolutely love the way that I can do that to see everything that's happened. So it took about 5 minutes for Grok Build to work on its first project, but the question is it any good? And here it is. This looks amazing. Asteroids, the Retro Arcade Edition. Space to start, arrow keys to control, and space to fire as well. Okay, let's go. Wow, this is absolutely insane. Here we go. Let's blow them up. Oh no, I've been killed. This is such an addictive game. And I've got a new high score of 340. I've got to say, this is an incredibly slick experience. Grok Build in 5 minutes made a retro arcade game that blew me away compared to anything I've built before in just one shot. So I think that this is a very capable CLI agentic coding tool. Let's give it a few more prompts and see what we can do. All right, I also think it's important to point out 10.6% has been used not of my Grok Build allowance, but if you hover over it, of my context, around 54,000 tokens out of a total of 500,000 tokens. So this is a very capable CLI with lots of context window, which is great. Okay, I really want to see this feature in action now I've got the base level game, so I'm going to paste in this prompt, upgrade the Asteroids game with 6 major additions, and I want them as independent work streams. Please delegate each to a parallel sub-agent. I'm being very specific here, asking for a parallel sub-agent. So we've got 6 different tasks for Grok Build to work on. It's going to think through how to do this. It is in always approve mode, which is fantastic. It's already created a Git repo for this. Okay, look at this. It's spawned up one sub-agent already. We've got a general sub-agent here. We've got another sub-agent that's spinning up here. So one is doing the UFO enemies. Another one is doing the power-ups work stream. This is really, really cool. There's 4 agents here. Okay, this is really awesome. We've got 6 sub-agents working in parallel right now, and I can see them on my screen. In fact, one of them's already completed. We're down to 5 now, but they're rolling through, doing all of this work in parallel. So I've asked for a number of things: enemy UFOs, power-ups, screen effects, chiptune music, leaderboard, achievement system. So we'll let this roll on for a little bit longer and see how my 6 sub-agents do. All right, and take a look at this. The parallel delegation worked exactly as requested. 6 independent, high-quality, non-conflicting, working in own trees implementations of ambitious retro upgrades. So how many points do I need to actually get in order to make it onto a new level? I would love to know that. I'm just going to destroy as many asteroids as I can right now. One more asteroid and we are clear. Yes, whoa. Oh my goodness me. Yes, this is not so fun. This is much harder. I'm getting destroyed everywhere. These asteroids are flinging themselves at me so fast. Okay, I'm going to add one more prompt. The ship feels a bit floaty. That's probably me and my poor gameplay, but I want it to tighten the thrust physics and screen shake on explosion and make the chiptune music loop in the background using the design polish skill, which is exactly the skill the xAI engineers use themselves to polish code that they're writing. Oh, and by the way, while this is working away, we can go into another terminal window here inside the directory of my retro game, and I can run the Grok-P command. This is the programmatic command allowing me to run things from the command line and in the future maybe have autonomous agents, so I can have Grok write a README for my retro game and output the format in streaming JSON so I can actually read what's happening here. Yes, I'm programmatically calling Grok Build to do a task for me right here. Look at this. It's rather non-human readable. So that Grok-P command is working away right now on a README file for my game. And we can actually see that if I bring the retro arcade files here. You'll see there's just a few, an original one that it worked on earlier, the updated index when I ran my 6 parallel sub-agents, and down here we've got the README file that was literally created just a moment ago running that Grok-P command. It's everything I need to know to make this game work, written in a nice tight README markdown file. I'm just going to do it by the way, /BTW. You can see that command comes up. What is the frequency of the classic Atari Remember that one? Atari Laser Sound. So actually Grok Build is working away, but the by the way is answering on the fly while my other agent builds. And there it is, 980 Hertz, while my subagents are still working away on the game. Okay, look at that. We can see everything's complete. It's just wrapping up here and responding back to me. We'll hit escape to get rid of the by the way, and we can see this is the summary of everything Grok Build just did. And it even says here at the end, the game is going to feel much tighter and more arcade-like. Okay, we're on level 2 now, and look at this, UFOs coming in, but I have managed to get rid of one of them, but there's another one coming towards me. Oh my goodness, yes, it shot me, it destroyed me. So there you go, with just one prompt and a bit of refining with subagents, I built a fully playable arcade game. We're talking pixel art, sound, chiptune music, and a lot more. And I also demonstrated a few features that no other coding CLI presently has. So Grok Build, what's your take on it? And what do you want to build? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're trying Claude Code, you might want to sign up and try Grok Build today because, hey, you can port over your Claude.md file without too much hassle. Your existing setup just works. And that for me is the wildest part. I'm going to set this loose on my OpenClaw projects, on my Hermes agents and everything else. And I'm probably going to set up some Grok-P commands as well. Thank you so much for watching. And YouTube is showing a video on your screen now. You should watch next. Thanks.